So the game that keeps on giving dramas, Girls Frontline 2. Now this game, most likely when it comes to global, is gonna be a big letdown for a lot of people. We were playing this on the Chinese version. The biggest issue people are having is that this comes from a company that is usually generous. They usually give a lot of tools on Girls Online. You can get pretty much everything you need and you just buy cosmetics. Girls Online 2, it's taking the miHoYo approach. They are going with the 0 point whatever it is. You have the weapon banner, you have your 50/50s for everything, right? It's the bad gacha most people do not like. So in that regard, that's already a bad start. If we add to that all of this drama that we're gonna be going over, it's not looking good. Also, to put this into perspective, so you guys understand how bad this is looking. Girls Online 2 right now has a 5.5 rating out of 10. Most of the reviews, the recent ones, right, are 1 stars. Most of them are 1 star. All of the recent reviews. To put this into, okay, what does this mean? In popular games, Girls Online 2, it's 38. What games are above Girls Online 2? The Overlord gacha, which we could consider a cash grab from another anime game, even though I love Overlord and we will play in that, right? Elf Millennium game, which is a 2D, not a lot of high production value, still higher and better score. It has almost the same score as Uno. And Uno is higher on the popularity. Eider Geyser, 7.2 above this. Husbando games, they are usually pretty good, less options, let's talk about that. Precone, 8.4. Snowbreak, 7.4. Path to Nowhere, 7.5. We can keep going. This game, it's censored to hell. This is crosscore. Censored to hell. I made a video already on that. 6.3. It has better score than Girls Online 2. We can keep going though. Purisinko Raven, 7.6. Honkai. Girls Online 2 has almost the same score as Honkai Impact 5.2. And then we have like the most popular games, so we cannot really talk about these ones, right? Even miHoYo, it's recovering their score right now, their ratings, 6.5. Like, we're talking about the game that's literally killing itself between being stingy, not pumping out content fast enough, or what people consider fast enough in China, and also with all of the dramas. Now let's go over all of those dramas. There is a lot of them. There is a lot of those dramas. So this is compiled. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see it as well, like this. Yes, that sounds good. So this is a CN player, or that's what he says, right? We will trust his word, surely, and we'll go over all of the drama. Overall, we're not gonna be reading every single line, just overall what's going on. When the game launched, the first drama we got was the first and the best drama, the NTR drama. Now, the NTR drama, I am someone who skips a story. I don't care. Right? I don't care about story. But to be fair, most of us, when we play gachas, we play to collect characters. Right? We play to collect waifus that are good looking and that most of the time they like us. Or they act like they don't like us, but they do, right? They do. So, the problem with the NTR, it's not NTR per se, is that there was a character that was mentioning someone else, another dude, Raymond, 66 times, and she never mentions the commander on all of these voice lines. So when you talk with her, on her advices, on her little bits of lore, she never mentions the commander, she only mentions someone else. And people got mad. And then the company kept going with that, right? The company kept going with that. So after the NTR drama, major complaints about lack of rewards. The game, it's quite stingy. It's better than the previous CVT, but it's still quite bad compared to their other games. Mika, it's known for being free-to-play friendly, and they are going with the miHoYo approach, which some people don't mind. But let's be real, a 0 point something or a 1 point something to pull on a character when you don't have enough resources doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. So that was a big complaint that this is still, to this day, going on, right? Then, same thing, Mika was like, hey guys, this is a CVT, stop being like that, things will change. Spoiler alert, they didn't. They didn't. So they keep going with the story complaints. I'm not gonna get too much into the story since I don't really care about the story, and those are for people who also played the first game, which I haven't. I don't care about Girls Frontline. It's too old for me to get into. Right? Too much content on that game. No, thank you. Also, they have a lot of weird systems with the dolls, but not gonna get to that. More complaints about the story itself about the dolls. And then they're going removing one of the characters and content for inappropriate, which was some of the NTR bullshit. And then they keep going. What producer promised to adjust future and past content. Player express doubts, which once again they are right to express doubts because they haven't changed shit. Companies get to a point where I guess they want to be more profitable. I'm gonna remind everyone. I always remind the same. Right? If we go to Path of Exile revenue, Path of Exile makes less money than most gachas. Path of Exile is a game that's been out for what? More than 10 years already? So you can make games free to play, free only. You can make good games, and you don't need to make 50 million a month like MiHoYo to maintain your game. Well, 50. MiHoYo is making like a lot more. 50 is shift up. So you don't need to make, hundreds of millions a month to maintain your game and keep pumping out content. That's just bullshit. Even if we consider that Path of Exile only releases like a season every 3-4 months, doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. That's like the biggest cap ever. So after that, they sponsor some content creators in China for PR efforts. More backlash for this. Then new updates and the broken installer lead to more complaints. Then after that, again, it's only complaints after complaints without any changes ever. Complaints on Diane's to the image and 3D models detail discrepancy. This is just minor stuff, like for example, Rupee on Nike, right? We have the super sensor skirt. It's not censored, okay? I will always say, I'm sorry for the image information, it's fine. Where she has the skirt here, but she doesn't have it on the chibi, that's like bullshit, like who cares, right? It's fine. Then after that, we get the Dayan banner, which was the first one. The story was changed, at least it was changed. So some of the interactions between Raymond, there were never there, right? This is the NTR dude. So the company changed this and they just put a female NPC called Esther. All right. Still, there is a lot of stuff, and in the story, this NPC mocks the player for having feelings towards the doll. Your players are pulling just because they like the characters. People are pulling in Nike because they love how a character looks. So what do? After they complain about NTR, they say they mock you on the event in-game because you like the characters, right? So this is all of the things that Mika is doing over and over that is like, bro, you're killing the game before releasing it on global already in China. It's like, okay, it's your game, you do you. But good play. Drama about the difficulty, hotfix of difficulty. I did not play the event. I only did like the first few levels. I think Sijuan finished the event. Sijuan, was it too hard for you? I did not finish it, so I cannot speak on that. And then January, we get into this year's drama, right? Monthly subscriptions, false advertising drama. Text mentioned the monthly sub card will include a stamina item, but in reality, it didn't include any. I did buy the monthly card, but I don't remember this. Probably because I don't read Chinese and I don't even know what I'm getting. It's fine. On Girls Frontline 1, you can marry your girls. You can marry, I'm not sure if it's one or multiple of them, but you have an oath system. So again, people play because they love these characters. They like and love these characters. They want to marry them. So when you don't have these systems in the new game, when it's a lot less generous, when they are bullshitting you constantly, it's bad. That said, let's keep going. January, more drama. Oh boy, I can't. Jewish drama begins. I didn't see this drama. What the fuck is going on? Players notice the book some dolls are reading. It's the Hebrew Bible. After the player compares the text and appearance of the book, it's confirmed to be Mishnah. Sorry for the pronunciation. Players attempt to name their character Hamas, but cannot as it listed as sensitive name. Israel is fine. Okay, I'm not gonna get into this. I'm not gonna get too much into this type of dramas because it's not my place to talk. I know fucking nothing about politics. Nothing about politics, right? Nothing. But there is a post right here that was comparing this stuff. Again, I'm not gonna get into this since I know absolutely nothing about politics. I don't want to get into that. It's too much for me. I just like waifus and talk shit about companies making games with waifus. Nothing else. Nothing else. After that, right, after those big accusations, because these ones are a lot bigger, I will say, I'm not sure the impact that could have on China, so I'm not going to talk about that. After that, writer was suspected to be mocking players even more by placing a few books in the game. Placing The Handmaid's Tale in Girlfriend 2 is actually quite ironic. This dystopian book setting at the end of the world fits well in Girlfriend 2, but in the book, women are purely tools. Women with the ability to bear children are trained to become handmaids and are assigned to the household of villainous commanders who lack offspring to take turns beating their children. Other books include Lord of the Rings, mockery of players, oath with dolls, etc. Um, maybe it's actually the objective of mocking the players. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe people are looking too much into it. I don't know. Again, not gonna get into this. I think Mika is not handling the game pretty well. With how many complaints they have and how many things they can do. Because again, this is not a new company making a new game and we are a small indie company. No, they've been running their games for years. They know what to do, and they just had to be a little bit supportive and keep going on the same line, but they don't want to. And then generally, Chinese people support Palestine, and supporting Israel in public eyes is a no-no. Once again, we ignore this part since I don't care about politics. We keep going with the drama though. After this amazing drama, devs panic in the early morning, removing the books. Okay, if players point something out and you remove it, it looks like you were trying to do that, right? It looks like you are trying to do that. If not, you double down and you say has nothing to do with it and you keep going. You ignore it. But if you remove it, it does look fucking bad. Fixing text, removing said contents above. Dol Torolo, which is the character, went to spend the night stargazing with a grandpa, causing more complaints. So not only did you get cooked by Raymond, but you get also cooked by a random grandpa that went stargazing with one of your characters. All right. New player survey adding options for players to choose that if the player gives negative feedback, they can pick from community is too pessimistic, a story is too deep, I cannot understand. Bro, this company keeps shooting themselves in the foot. Imagine that they do a survey and they're like, oh, why you don't like the game? Is the community too pessimistic? It cannot be our fault, right? Is the story too deep? Are you too fucking dumb to understand our story? That's so great though. After this, generally hotfix reducing doll smoking commander and change the after the aforementioned map. So again, when you change those things, it looks like you are actually doing this to fuck up with the players. If you change the dolls mocking you, if you change those maps, it looks that your objective was to actually, first the politics that we're not gonna get into, and then the dolls mocking you. So no. It's stupid. After that, more drama. We keep going. Don't worry, guys. Devs announced that Dejan Raymond event will be a permanent event. No longer time get. New all players can have all access to it. You don't like getting cooked? Don't worry. Now you can do it 24/7. You don't need to worry when the event or when you created your account. You can play this event and fill the NTR. The NTR. At any given point. They've announced some minor adjustments and didn't cover anything about writing story, reduce rewards for a stamina event. And then lastly, in these couple days, producer Steam account was doxxed, shit talking Sifu, Armor Core 6, The Division, etc. No, it's actually shit talk, not just criticism, swearing, etc. Okay, I don't think this is a big problem. If this is your personal account and it's not tied in any way to the company, feel free to shit talk. I think shit talking people in your industry, it's retarded. That's my opinion, right? Like, for example, when people were mad at Elden Ring and also at Baldur's Gate 3, it's like, if you're jealous, you can be jealous, but it does look bad. Again, if it's not related to his company, that Steam account, getting doxxed is bad, but let's not get into this. That can be 50-50, depending, right? After these 2 good days, they keep going. Don't worry, guys. We have still more drama to go. This is so long. What the fuck, bro? How many things is this company is doing? Okay. Let me see. Where were we? Here. After this, China dresses, evening dress outfits announced. More drama about Dejan Raymond. Player reminded in Girlfriend 1, Otis 14's revealing evening dress outfit was only worn when she ran away to drink at the bar alone without the commander. They keep just going to remind you, hey, the dolls don't like you. Returner bonus was added to the game. The game literally was up for public beta for about a month. Players calculated they'll get more stuff just by not playing with the returner bonus. Yeah, the game is not super generous. That was one of my complaints. And that's one of my issues. I love the XCOM style gameplay. It gets boring quite fast. If they lean into co-op and if they lean into more stuff, it would be nice, but we'll see. When it comes to global, we'll see. Right? After this, on the 23, G36 banners up, no story content. Well, I mean, in Nickel we get the story every few months, so I don't think that's like a big problem, but okay. Level cap increase, player complains the scaling is really bad. Yes, when you get into endgame, maxing out the unit and their weapons and everything, it's expensive, really expensive. And we keep going with our boy Raymond. Player found out an NPC named Raymond Martin was hotfixed and removed. You know, hey, Raymond is a big part of the Girls Frontline 2 story. And I'm 100% sure when it comes to global, they will leave the name there. 100%. We will see our boy Raymond. On the 25th of January, Diane gave the commander an electric toothbrush, leading to players thinking the devs are telling them to brush their dirty sweaty mouth. You cannot make this shit up, I swear to God. You cannot make this shit up, I swear. That's great, actually. That's actually great, right? In addition, something about Big Bang Theory, electric toothbrushes can be used as sex toys or something. That's like stretching it too much, I will say. I think this will be stretching it too much, but the first part is actually fun. After that, one day after that, they keep sponsoring content creators, more drama with that. I would like to see what the drama is with the sponsored content creators. If I have to guess, without knowing, I'm guessing they were paid to talk positively about the game, ignore the issues that the community has, if I have to guess, right? More character model related complaints, whatever. Couple days after this, a leak about original story for another doll character was supposed to be that she had few different masters through the 10 years she's a maid. She wishes to be human and have a child. Not that reliable rumor, also not that deep. It doesn't matter. You were gone for 10 years, she was just working around. That's fine, right? That's fine. Devs announced G36 story release will be an abridged version. They are still adjusting the storyline, which makes you think they will reduce the difficulty of the content people complain about. The announcement was written in a very arrogant way, which led to more backlash. All right, normal, right? You know, a little bit of arrogant there. That's fine. Let's go into the next one. Not that big. This day, not that good. It's like every 3 days there's a new drama in this game. Sheesh. 30th of January. This event actually drops. Most story stuff was short and brief. Players considered they are trying to avoid more drama, or the content was too problematic since the Dayan drama. Fair enough. You get drama on every single patch you pull, so you go backwards on that and you are like, okay, let's make it shorter. Let's not add any NTR this time. Let's not put Raymond in this event. Internal staff leak info that fucking Raymond keeps coming up, bro. Internal staff leaked info that Raymond was supposed to be a male playable unit at the first design phase. There will be 4 characters, including Raymond and Dayan, to form a band. The band's related information was not completely removed from the game. Players mocked the writer and tried to match 3 Chinese girls with 1 Jewish guy. Is Raymond even Jewish? Yeah, this is just the Chinese community going off. One day after, once again, every single day, new dramas. Diana's skin showcase video was released. Player noticed she has a ring, and she is holding a G36 rather than a Type 95. The ring looked different from the old ring in Girls Online 2. More backlash. Div emergency, pull video, and fix them. That unpacked rumor, another character, ended up opening a flower shop with a male NPC with Commander's blessing. Leak posts were deleted by the forum. Leakers banned. Oh no, bro, like, if the community is telling you since the beta that they don't like NTR and you keep adding the fucking same character trying to fuck with the players, right? It's like, bro. February 2nd. Okay, we get into this month finally after 3,000 years. Remove more Jewish related posters. This fuck, bro, you're a game. Stick to making a good game. Leave politics out. 5th of February. 1.23 update, dolls might hum songs randomly. That's cool. The Yen song was really close to Raymond's song in the story. More outrage. Fucking Raymond, bro. Since day one, I swear. February 8th. We keep going. I want to see how many more times we can see Raymond until the end. No info on this one, so we'll ignore this one. February 11th. Players found out an AI botting under Girl Frontline 2 social media account, praising the game and defending the game. Realizing it's a bot, they tried to influence it like the Microsoft AI bot and twist it into a cat girl personality. I can't. This is just too good. This is just too fucking good. Whether the AI bot is owned by Mika marketing team or not, or some troll, it's unknown. This is still 10 out of 10. This is so far the best part. February 14. Community managing volunteers verbal abuse with players on Chinese social media. Always a good look when your employees talk shit, to players. February 17. Multiple errors occur. Noticeable wrongly written Chinese character fixed after a while. That can just be, typos. I don't think that's a big drama. And then February 19, new banner has part 1 and part 2. When transitioning to part 2 banner, the devs didn't edit the frame of the image, leading those to have wrong names underneath on the banner. Fix it at night time. Again, a small thing. I don't think that's a big problem. And then lastly, today, community event winner was not announced after Dayland today. They can take a couple days. I don't think that's an issue. So after all of this, bro, way too much fucking drama. Once again, China is beta testing the game for us. The issue is if the game dies in China, right? If the game is not doing good in China, which is not doing good, the game has a 5.5 rating with all of the fucking reviews they have, which most are 1 star, right? It either will not come to global or it will come with good changes. That's a lot of copying, though. That's a lot of copying. So we'll see what's going on with Girlfriends 2 over time, though. It's a pity. This was one of the games that I was really looking forward to, just because of the XCOM gameplay. It's probably the only gacha going for that XCOM experience in 3D. But at the end of the day, between the shit rates, again, MiHoYo rates, not being generous, and all of the problems they're having with the story, we'll see what happens on the English version, if it comes to the global market, even though they say they were working on the translations. But we'll see what's going on with that also. 役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。